All right, Mike Bohn here with Daniel Cormier as we wrap up a couple of hot topics as we close the year of 2024 here. DC, I know we're short on time, so I'll hit you with 3 quick hitters here. Colby Covington, for the second year in a row, lost the final UFC fight of the year when he gets defeated by Joaquin Buckley. A lot of fallout from this, people questioning Colby's future ambitions, where he fits, blah, blah, blah. What do you think his future looks like? Do you think he wins another UFC fight?
I think he'll win another UFC fight at some point. I just worry or wonder how he's going to handle the kickback now from his gimmick. Yeah, the gimmick's all good whenever you win it, but then you got to deal with a lot of enemies whenever things go sideways. I think that's ultimately going to determine how Colby bounces back when he steps back in the octagon.
Yeah, that's fair. Okay, number 2 here. Conor McGregor claims he's going to be boxing Logan Paul in India in 2025. Logan Paul has reacted to this. Jake Paul's reacted to this. They are doing First Take at the UFC Apex, and Stephen A. Smith is doing segments talking about this potential fight. What is your reaction to this?
We talked about impact. That right there tells you the impact of Conor McGregor. Conor McGregor has told of a lot of things over the last 3 years. None of them have come to fruition. I'm going to have to see it to believe it. Logan and Jake are excited because it's exciting for them, because at the end of the day, they might be stars, but they're not the star at the level of Conor McGregor.
Mm-hmm. What do you think? I'm sure you saw that clip of Dana White at the press conference saying like he just heard or got brought something that could be big for 25. I had heard some rumors that this was pitched to the UFC and it potentially was on Friday. I'm not here reporting 100% that's what Dana was referring to, but does that fit the description of his comments, you think?
I really don't know. I see one thing I don't like to guess, right? Like that's one of my things. I really hate guessing because I'm always wrong. Like I do these shows on ESPN and we predict stuff and I'm always wrong. So I try to steer clear of guessing when I don't know. I'll text him and I'll ask him what it was.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, please let me know. Your feelings though, just like say this does happen. Do you think this kind of spells the end of Conor McGregor as a UFC fighter if he decides to go down this road?
No, he goes and boxes Logan Paul to be an exhibition. I mean, no, I think he's going to fight in the octagon. I think he has to, though. I think he has, for Conor McGregor to, he's got to rinse some of the stench off of him from everything that's happened outside of the octagon. Where he made his home is inside that cage. And I think that at some point he's going to have to get back there.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, if you're trying to rinse the stain off you, I don't know if going into business with the Paul brothers is necessary. That's me. Guys are going to be afraid to throw all Conor's, issues in his face, but we'll see. They're
going to tell him every single thing that he's done over the course of the last 3 years negatively to try to get his head. Yeah, it's not the best.
Okay, and last one here. Speaking of Dana White comments, this man did something I can barely recall him ever doing in his 10 years UFC president. He went on the record and said 100% guarantees Jon Jones and Tom Aspinall unify UFC heavyweight titles in 2025. What does the boldness, I guess, of Dana's comments there tell you?
It tells me that they're getting it done. It tells me that they've given Jon Jones a number big enough to get it done. Because I always thought that Jones was kind of negotiating publicly. Mm-hmm. I don't think for a second he's afraid of anyone. I think that he was kind of going, I want a number so big that I'm going to ride off into the sunset and be done. But he's also kind of laying the foundation for people to recognize that it's almost over. He's about done, right? So start getting ready for life after Jon Jones, because I do believe that he laid the foundation for a massive payday, but what will be his final payday? I don't think he'll be a guy that if he gets beat or the fights get more competitive, will just stick around trying to make money.
Mm-hmm. So you know the inner workings of the UFC. Do you think Dana would say something like this if he didn't feel like something was already in place or both guys?
If he feels like they're getting close. Yeah. He would say that if he feels like they're getting close or it's done. I would probably think to the summer. If I was Jon Jones, I would do this earlier than later. Because every month that passes, he just gets older. And Tom Aspinall gets better. So I would try to do this as soon as possible. I wouldn't want to wait till New York next year where he's almost 38, 39 years old with that kid just continuing to improve.
Yeah, it's got to be International Fight Week.
I think that's too long. I was trying to get him in Miami or something. I'm trying to get him as soon to the beginning of the year as I can.
Okay.
And late notice, Mike. And late notice. I'm like saying I'm not fighting him while I'm training the whole time, trying to get him in February or March. Give him like 6 weeks to get ready.
Yeah, no Christmas dinner for those guys this year. And last one here, DC. Okay, listen carefully to the question. Which of these 4 UFC fighters do you think will challenge for a UFC title in 2024? Ilia Topuria, keyword challenge. So that would be
24 or 25?
In 25, sorry. 2025's. Ilia Topuria, so that would mean either losing the belt or going to a different division. Max Holloway, BMF does not count. Jamal Hill, or Movsar Evloev?
25. Jamal Hill.
Yeah.
I'll say Jamal Hill.
Yeah.
Because it feels like he just needs to beat Yuri, and he'll be right back next for Pereira after Ankalaev. Mm-hmm. Pereira, and because he fights so frequently, he could fight 3 times next year. So I'm going to pick the guy that has the champion that's most active.
Agreed. Great choice there. Okay, DC, that puts a bow on our little chat here today. Thank you so much, man. I hope the holidays, the new year treat you and your family well, and we will be seeing you out there for UFC 311 in LA. That's a big one for you and the boys.
Big city of dreams, baby. Los Angeles. All right, Mike. Thank you.